Hi, Whitney George here, Product Documentation Specialist for Aperio. In this video, I will explain the environment comparison feature in CMC and also show a quick demo of how to create a new environment comparison and how to view and read the results. So what exactly is environment comparison? Environment comparison allows you to compare the metadata and code in two different Salesforce environments or orgs, for example, full and production, and view the differences between them. Running the results for an environment comparison is going to give you information about a few different scenarios. For example, you can see metadata files that exist in the source environment but not the target environment. You can see metadata files that exist in the target environment but not the source environment. You can see metadata files that exist in both environments but are not the same in both environments. Also, by choosing the detailed feature, the results will show the detailed differences in individual files right down to specific lines of code. So who is environment comparison useful for? Environment comparison is useful for developers as they analyze differences between environments at the beginning of a project. It's also extremely useful for release managers as they confirm that code has been properly deployed from environment to environment. Environment comparisons compare environments defined by connections in CMC. So you'll create a new environment comparison from a source connection on an account. A connection establishes an authorized link to an environment and allows CMC applications to perform a variety of tasks, such as analyzing the complexity of the targeted environment, comparing metadata between environments, and backing up the metadata. If you need help creating a connection, check out the CMC help for more information, and also check out the CMC video about connections and metrics. Let's move on to CMC and see what it looks like to create a new environment comparison. All right, so here we are in CMC. Now to create a new environment comparison, create or navigate to a connection record on your product. So that's where I'm at now. I'm at an existing connection record for my product. Scroll down to the environment comparisons source connection related list and click New Environment Comparison. Let's say I'm about to deploy my code from the full sandbox to production, and I want to verify the differences between the orgs. I'll select the full sandbox as the source connection. Next, I'll fill in my target connection, which is the org I want to compare against my source. In this example, that's the production org. This detailed checkbox is optional but highly recommended. This will give me a line-by-line comparison of the code so I can review exactly where and what the differences are between the files that differ in the environments. Click Save to complete the form. All right, now I need to actually run the comparison. So to do that, I come to the results section of the environment comparison record and click the Start Comparison link. This pop-up verifies that the environment comparison was started successfully. I'll get an email when the results are ready, and that will happen within the hour. So I will be right back when the results are ready. All right, so I've just received my email confirming that my environment comparison results are ready. So that email linked me here to the environment comparison record, and I can see under the results related list that I've got some new information. So my status is now finished, and there is now a link here under the result URL. So I'm just going to click that to view. All right, I'm now viewing the environment comparison results. Let me give you a few quick tips on how to read the results. Take a look here at the control buttons with these icons. If I click the first one, I can see, for example, that there are 178 files that are in my source environment, so they're in Sandbox, but they're not in my target environment, so they're not in production. For this example, these would be files that have been deployed and tested in full and are now ready to deploy to production. The second control shows that there are 30 files that are in my target environment. They're in production, but they're not in source. They are not in Sandbox. This would be a problem that a release manager would want to look into. This next button shows that there are 371 files that are in both environments. They're in Sandbox and production, but they're not the exact same in both environments. Since I selected the detailed option when I created the environment comparison record, I can drill down into a file and review the code line by line to see the differences between environments. I expand the file by clicking the file name. You'll see this navigation bar over here to the right. This is going to allow me to jump to the specific areas within the file where there is a difference between the code. So those are always going to show as highlighted, so I can click on the highlight bar here and move right to the line that I need to review. It looks like in this situation, the code matches at the beginning of the line, but then it appears that a security token was added in the production environment, and that's what's accounting for the difference here. If I want to run a new environment comparison on these same two orgs in the future, I have a few options. I could clone this environment comparison record, reselect detailed, and run it from there. I could also return to my original connections record, select new environment comparison, and repeat this process from there. Don't forget that there is a walkme for creating environment comparisons. So if you would like to see a step-by-step guided tutorial when you practice creating them on your own, don't forget to check that out. If you have any additional questions about environment comparison, please don't hesitate to reach out to us on the CMC chatter group or reach out to your client success manager. Thanks for watching this video today on environment comparisons in CMC.